Go ahead.
All right. SYO Podcast. State your opinion.
State your opinion.
Already. Your host, your boy Thug. My co-host, infamous Big Hurt.
There it is.
Y'all already know. Atlanta bound. From here to all over, you know what I mean? This is where we talk about everything. Nothing's off limits. State your opinion. That's exactly what we need when we speak that.
That's right.
State your opinion. You heard?
What's up, Big Sale? You still in New York? I see Big Sale, Brandy, my boy, shoot. All my folks on here. What going on, Big Sale? Hey, Big Sale.
Turn that camera that way a little bit.
My cousin was at the same play you was at last night in New York. Yeah, my cousin Jennifer, she was at the same play you was at last night. Yeah. Hey, my boy AC, what going on? You know what I'm saying? What going on? Hot shot. Big shots. I'm sorry, not hot shot, big shots. What going on? The big shot rider.
They say no sound. You can't hear that. That's what I told you.
Oh, your thing you can't hear?
Nah, no sound on that.
Okay. We just trying to figure it out, folks.
Man, we gonna go into some stuff tonight, man. Today,
yeah, man.
Today, we got a lot to talk about, man. You know what I mean? We gonna touch base with all this police brutality.
That's right, man. It's the thing that it's the pulse of the nation, man. People talking about it.
What's his name again?
Tyree.
His name is Tyree.
Yeah.
But we need to figure out what's going on. Why is it that years and years pass, and yet still we in the same predicament, and we getting worse? Well, it's kind of getting to a point where it's like it's numb now to see a black man being beaten.
You're being desensitized to it.
Exactly. To see a black man being beaten, beg for his mama, and die on camera by the hands
execution.
By the hands of the people that's there to protect him.
Right.
And not give a damn about a man's life. That shit is weird, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, and it's like so normal. That shit, they made it seem like they were dropping a new video or a new movie,
right?
A trailer. It's like they were promoting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then getting the people
ready.
They
knew they were trying to amp people up because let's keep it all the way real. Don Lemon was in Memphis Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't release the video until Friday. So they knew they were trying to really amp people up for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they knew what they were doing.
And that's the problem, man.
So it's really, they trying to get us to go for the Buffale.
But that's what I'm like. It's like you get to the point where you just feel like that man's running for his life. He's running from gangsters.
Yeah, they talking about, the chief of police talking about, oh, it was groupthink. No, baby.
Nah, them boys was gangsters.
That was some gang activity.
There ain't nobody from
they was how they were talking, oh, pussy ass nigga.
Exactly.
Like
very unprofessional.
Unprofessional. You ain't supposed to talk like that. I've had police work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I throw certain events. I ran a club in Atlanta, throw certain events where 10,000 people have come, been here. They shout out to my partner Bunk, you know what I'm saying? It was me and him, and we've had up to 40 police work for us at a time. Huge police bill, right? And we've caught police stealing from us. Fulton County, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't want to throw it, but we've caught them actually stealing parking lot money. And I've interacted with police before. And a lot of times, not saying all, because I got a police partner on here watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, it's a monetary, what's the word? The economic system is based on capitalism. And capitalism works to a fault sometimes because officers think they should be paid more, because it's only the 13th most dangerous job in America.
But I agree with them.
And
they think
should be getting paid
they should
more.
pay.
But it's the 13th most dangerous job in America. Guess what the 4th dangerous job is?
What?
The job your boy does.
Truck driving?
It's the 4th most dangerous job in America. The first most dangerous job in America is, guess what? Logging. Being a logger. The 3rd most dangerous job is a fighter pilot / airline pilot. They're number 13.
Yeah, but this
is
what I'm
propaganda.
Saying. But they're in the position that they could do a lot of damage.
Right.
And they could sway,
because they can be judge and executioner.
Correct. They could sway people mind you now, if you're an airline, I mean a person that fly a plane, a pilot, all you could do is kill people.
Right.
All right. They could kill people.
A lot of people take away their freedom.
Correct. They could take away your freedom. They could fuck up lives. They could fuck up homes.
They can fuck up your kids' life.
Exactly, generations.
Because if you take the earner out the home,
exactly. So once you put a value on what they really could do,
right,
pay those people more, train them better, and that way those jobs are more valuable. And that way a person that has that job is going to be way more educated, way more trained, and way more accountability. They're going to feel like, damn, I don't want to lose my job. This is a career. Versus right now, this is a job to them. It needs to be more of a career.
Right.
And once you can make it, once they're getting paid more, they're going to appreciate their job more. That means they're going to do better at the job, at the career, instead of just coming there like looking at this just as a check. Most of these cops got to work at night other places. They got to have 2-3 other jobs, incomes.
Yeah, EJs, extra jobs. That's what they call them.
There you go. Yeah. So they got to do all that just to keep the job. So at the end of the day, some of the time they're making more money on the EJs than they are on the real place.
Right.
So they gonna make that man, that officer is gonna get to a point where he's gonna have to make these decisions.
Right.
Whether he's gonna take, whether he's gonna violate, whether he's gonna stay true to the badge, true to his heritage, true to his neighborhood, true to himself.
Right.
It's a lot of decisions. And for 13 or whatever they getting paid, $23 an hour, $22 an hour.
27 on extra jobs, they make about $35 and that's why I pay my guys between 35 and I pay my officers between $35 and $55 an hour, depending on what kind of event it is. If Cinco de Mayo, I pay them about between $35 and $55.
And that's what I'm saying. They need to get paid more because think about it, right? I do the same. Officers getting paid like maybe $20 to $25 an hour. If they do an off-the-site job, they get paid $35 an hour.
Right.
So that shows them that being an officer doesn't pay.
Right, it doesn't.
Exactly. So even if they're gonna be off the job and represent an officer, they make more getting paid from another entity than being an officer. Or police officers don't get paid. No. If they get paid $40 an hour for that particular job, they probably got to give their supervisor 10, 15 of that an hour. You know what I'm saying? That's some real shit. So they all got to be hustling. They stay hustling. So when they hustling like that and these opportunities come by in these streets where they could make all this money and or they get into a bad day or bad week or bad divorce or bad time or bad whatever.
I know an officer that went through
and
that.
then your ass come up in here talking shit or whatever, they gonna make an example out of you or basically take it out on you.
They're going through it. They're going through it.
They're human as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, officers need to get paid more and train more so that we can hold them more accountable. And I think we'll have less of this thing going on. Right now, we just hiring officers like how you would hire, no disrespect, but like you would hire like a hostess, a waitress, or bartender, or cook, anywhere. It's like you would do the same thing. Or car wash attendant. Oh, I just take, that's the skill set damn near that they coming in with. Right. Because the video I saw, I didn't see no officers on that video.
No, they were acting like gang bangers.
I saw I saw a squad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about a squad that's ready to kill people. You know what I'm saying? And that's about that life. This nigga limping because he kicked the nigga too hard. He over there like, damn, this nigga fucked my leg up. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
that shit crazy.
And the chief, the chief's from Atlanta. She was an APD officer for 25 years. She from Atlanta. So, when you become an upper echelon, I had a guy, he's the Fulton County Sheriff SWAT commander. Mm-hmm. Cool cat. He's not one of these other cats. He kept it cool. He knew he was working an extra job. He's just trying to be cool and get home. But he told me, I was like, man, why don't you run for sheriff? He was like, man, look, when you get in them upper echelons, it's political. She knew she had to do what was politically expedient for the situation. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't have them cameras, if they didn't have that light pole camera, they wouldn't have been on that.
At the end of the day, this is a racist thing, right? It's about, when I say racist, it's not about race. It's about a whole color, which is blue. Feeling that's a blue shield, blue wall, blue everything. And that's good that they have that though, because you got to protect.
But most black folks don't even know what racism means. I was listening to this dude named Dr. Claude Anderson. He worked in the Clinton administration, right? I think he was in charge of he was a secretary, had a secretary job for the Clinton administration. He explained what racism is.
And what's that?
Racism is a race between racism was created to know that there's race between races, the race. This is a race. And only racism exists when you have collective, when you work as a collective. And black folks ain't figured it out. We have to work as a collective to win the race. This is racism. So what race are we running? You understand what I'm saying? And we still thinking that this country is for us, man. This country is for, I know we feel entitled like this country is for us. This country ain't for us, man. We're in an abusive relation. We thinking this jokers keep whooping our butt.
But listen,
Hold on. This country keep whooping our butt. And we're in an abusive relationship. We say, oh, he gonna do better. He ain't gonna beat my butt this week. He ain't gonna beat my butt. And guess what he doing? Keep kicking us in the behind. When are we gonna wake up and realize this ain't the relationship for us?
So what relationship is for us then? What country is for us? If it ain't here.
Go to another country, man.
Where is that? We can't just say go there, because let me tell you this right now. Black Americans, especially black men, black Americans are not accepted everywhere, bro. We're not even accepted where we think we are accepted. Africa. My ass. You better know where you're going in Africa.
Right. You have to know where you're going.
All right, then, nigga, you just can't go to Africa and
I
be
didn't
like,
say
oh, I'm
Africa.
black.
I didn't say Africa.
Yeah.
You can go to Belize. You can go to Africa. You can go to Bangkok, Thailand. There's a bunch of different countries you can go with that you don't have to deal with the systemic racism that we have in America.
I disagree, my nigga. I'm telling y'all.
So you telling me you go to
the racism? Let me tell you, the racism that you deal with against black Americans is a stigma across the world. It's not just America, B.
Right.
You only dealing with it on America because you're in America.
Right.
When you go to these other countries, I'm telling you, I'm from Jamaica.
Yeah, I know.
I'm Jamaican as fuck.
Yeah, you is.
And black Americans is the same thing. If you go to Jamaica, they don't respect you like how they respect the white American.
Right.
I'm just keeping it real. If you go to China, they won't respect the black American like they respect a white American.
Yeah, they gonna look at you. I've been to China before. When I landed in Shanghai.
I'm talking about any country, Russia.
Yeah, when I landed in Shanghai, they looked at me like I was a pariah. They were like, what the fuck is that?
So it ain't like it's that easy for us to just get up and just move to these countries. And they don't have the laws in place like America do. America's fucked up, but it's one of those things where the stuff that happens to us here is messed up. Don't get it wrong.
Right.
It could be better, but it's the best we're gonna get with what we have. Because what you have out there, there's no let's get together and stop this. Or who you gonna complain to? They make the law as they.
You talking to a black person that grew up in Atlanta. The empowerment I had, that I was exposed to growing up in Atlanta, I know it's not like that for black folks all over United States. The liberties that I have as a black kid growing up in Atlanta, I know it's not like that all over. I'm not oblivious to that. But being that the world is, we live in a global economy nowadays, that we can get and go anywhere. It's not like we're limited like we used to.
Correct.
And we have to stop thinking in this box that, well, this best is gonna get. Well, we can't get off master plantation, because at the end of the day, like my boy Kevin Samuel said, and this is true, you're going to need about $1.5 million to retire. And if you're not doing that with a collective, with a woman, or if you're a man that makes that kind of money, most people are not going to be able to afford to retire in America. That's one thing. Two, you got to deal with the chances of systemic racism. You might not get that money because you might be locked up. You might be you go out, you drive, and you have to worry about getting pulled over, you know what I'm saying, and getting beat the hell out of. And it ain't just white boys. You've had incidents like this with a black police officer, way worse than a white police officer.
Because it's already a system.
You're in the system.
Yeah, it's a system.
I don't understand. I know black police officers. I don't understand how you can even work in that system. And I know some cool ones, man. All of them ain't messed up, and believe me,
because
we've been on opposing teams.
We gotta infiltrate the system. If the system is bad, you gotta get in the bad system.
But will the system change you, or will you change the system?
The quest is to change the system.
But how you know the system won't change you?
It might do change you, but the goal is to change the system. If the system changes, the people changing the system, but the system is changed for the right way.
Right.
The people changing the system is what you call casualty of war.
Right.
They did what they had to do.
We had a homeboy that worked for APD.
Correct.
That was in our club.
Mm-hmm.
They got tired of locking up his own people. And guess what he did? He said, man, fuck this shit. I'm going to quit and go work for Southwest on the ramp than doing this.
And that's what it is, because I told you.
Because he had to have so many people, they talking about quotas. No, sir. It's called contact. They don't have to have quotas to lock them folks up, but they have to have so many contacts a month.
But that's what I'm saying. If they pay them more and train them better, they're going to lock up people that need to be locked up and not meet quotas because they're making the money and they're locking up the right people.
Right
now, the system is just corrupt. It's a quotas thing. It's all about money for the people, that's the politicians, the bigger people. That's who's getting the money. Right. You feel me? The people that run these organizations and run these parts of the government is taking the money instead of giving it to them. And let them disperse and do what they want to do. Give it to the officers that's working the beat.
Right.
That's doing the work. And make them be more accountable to do more work, do more better work.
Right.
Make the work be more quality instead of quantity. Feel me? Right now they're just locking people up to make quotas so they can make money in these jail systems and everything else that they got in place.
Right.
Feel me? At the end of the day, no matter how shit is, if you follow the money, you see the corruption.
Well, I mean, that's what my boy Dr. Claude Anderson said. You know what I'm saying? He said this. He has this book called Powernomics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying this since the 90s. There's structure. You have to structurally put yourself in position to have the power so they won't mess with you.
Facts.
And we don't have that power because we haven't structurally put it in place.
But that's what I'm saying. So when you say black people need to move from here, right, and go somewhere else, if black people move from here and go somewhere else, you know what we have to do? We have to get together and build a structure.
Right.
So why not go? Let's stay right here, because we already have the resources, we got the money, we got the links, we got everything. Why don't we just stay here and build a structure? That doesn't make sense to me. We already.
But the people that even have the money, they even see that, hey man, this ain't working right here. We keep bumping our heads.
It ain't working because they're not trying to make it work. Who's trying to make it work? Where they at?
Okay, hold on. Like Dave Chappelle and what's his name? Stevie
Dave
Wonder.
Chappelle wasn't making it work.
No. I'm just saying. I'm giving examples of people that just said, "Look, I'm gonna move. I'm tired of playing Russian roulette out here. I'm gonna move my family over to another country because I'm scared."
But that's what I'm saying. He did what's best for him. That's not making it work.
Look what happened.
That's a nigga that's doing.
I'm not saying they right or wrong.
That's a nigga doing what he got to do for his family. Like you do what you do for your family. I do what I do for my family.
Right.
LeBron James do what he do for his family. He's billions of dollars worth. Jordan do what he do for his family. He's $1 billion worth. Kanye, $1 billion worth. Jay-Z, $1 billion worth. You could go down the list. Winfrey, billion. Tyler Perry. They doing what they doing for. Nobody's doing nothing together. That's for everybody. So
they're not working as a collective.
Nobody's working together, B. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Y'all think if y'all ain't working together here, y'all think y'all about to move to some strange land and work together there? That doesn't make sense. That's like, it doesn't make sense. If I ain't fucking with you right now, if you ain't rocking with me now, I definitely know you ain't gonna rock with me over there.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if we can't make nothing happen here, we can't make it happen nowhere. I'm not going nowhere to go start over and hopefully, and I know they don't respect black Americans like that. Real talk. Right here, America is the most respect black Americans gonna get. It don't get no better than this. So if we can't handle this, we can't handle nothing. I'm telling y'all, I'm a foreigner that's became an American. So I know the difference. And I'm a Jamaican, but at the end of the day, I know the difference. And I know how I was brought up to look at black Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like lazy, they do shit. I grew up here since I was 7 and change. So I became a black American.
Right.
And I see niggas ain't lazy. Niggas just living a different lifestyle because they got different opportunities.
Right.
You feel me?
We value some things that are different.
It's just different because you got different opportunities. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. When you grew up as a kid and you only had to go outside and play hopscotch or fucking play with the water hose or play with, like, break some sticks in the water and throw them down and watch them race down the block. That's the type of shit you had to do because that's what you had. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you got Xbox and all this other shit, virtual shit. That's what these kids do. So my point is, you're gonna do what you have. So if you in a Jamaica or those foreign countries that only have that type of shit, and you have limited resources, that's what we're gonna do. And then when we see the people in America that have different resources, there's so much resources, and y'all not exploiting all of that, we're gonna feel jealous. Like, look at them over there, and they're not taking
advantage of their opportunities.
And that goes back to the Jamaican saying, wanted, can't get it, and get it, no wanted. So that means those who want it. I'm a translator. I'm translation.
Because you know, nigga, I'm from Campbellton Road, and I don't understand that motherfucking shit.
All right, wanted, can't get to the wanted. That means who wanted is like the people that want shit can't get shit.
Right.
And the people that got shit don't want the shit.
Right.
So
we have the opportunities. We're not taking advantage of them.
It's just like a child. You give that child a toy. They play with it 2 times. They don't want it. They put it in the corner. Right. Mm-hmm. They got it. You invite another child over, their cousin, friend, whatever, and that friend come over, they want that damn toy in the corner. Guess what your child gonna want? I want that toy. Now they playing with that fucking toy.
Right.
As soon as that fucking child leave, that toy go back in the corner.
Right.
Same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just gotta look at ourselves from kids, because whatever we do, whatever that shit is, as a child, that's how it is in real life. That's how we move. The same fucking way. Ain't nothing changed. So it's like that. The people that got shit don't really want what they got, and the people that don't got it want it. So that's why they say watch what you ask for, because you just might get it.
Right.
But we're gonna leave that conversation alone. We're gonna go into the second half of this goddamn night, because my nigga said he want to talk about some things. He want to talk to the females tonight. You know, Big Hurt.
Talk to him every night.
Big Hurt like talking to the females every night.
I talk to the females every night, because I'm gonna let them know what it is. I'm gonna let them know what time it is.
All right, tell them what you want to talk to them about.
We need to talk about the non-compete or the lack of competition in dating or in relationships nowadays. Women out here think that they don't have to compete.
What do you mean by that? Like, break that down. What do you mean they don't think they have to compete with what? Compete with what?
In every aspect of life, you have to compete. You cannot be out here and think that you don't have to compete.
I understand.
You're gonna have to compete. I had a girl tell me here recently, she wanted to date me or whatever, and I knew I was probably based on what she had told me, I knew I was the best thing that done came across her. And she was like,
damn, she ain't got nothing. She ain't working with nothing. You the best thing.
She gonna tell me, yeah, man. She gonna tell me, I don't have to compete. And I was like, what? You ain't got to compete? How is that?
Where you get that from?
That's what she said to me. She feel like she didn't have to compete.
But she want you to compete.
Yeah. She want to date me, but she feel like she shouldn't have to compete.
Man, listen. Ladies, let me wake y'all up.
I don't understand this. You think that, first of all, I'm from Atlanta, right? I'm not a square. I'm not a lame. I'm not somebody you can just run the buffet on, trick bag on me. I've been in Atlanta all my life. I've had a different experience than a lot of people. And you think we are not in dating as far as black folks. In America, this ain't the Mississippi Braves. These are AAA teams I'm naming. I'm making a baseball reference. This ain't the Mississippi Braves. This ain't the Macon Braves. This ain't the Myrtle Beach Braves.
Mm-hmm. Who they?
What team down the street? The what?
Atlanta Braves.
The Atlanta Braves. This the major league. This the blankety blank show. Right.
And most niggas is cool with that.
Right.
So that's what they think. So they have right. They don't have to compete.
Right.
If they just trying to get a nigga.
A nigga.
But if they trying to get that nigga.
Back to the competition thing.
Yeah.
And you thinking it's like, this the Atlanta Braves, this is the major leagues of dating for black folks in America. We take it for granted because we grew up and we from our 20s, for some of us, till we're in our 40s now. You think that you don't got to compete in Atlanta because you come to Atlanta and you were the shit in your town. Well, baby, you a 10 or 9 in your town, baby. You a 3 in Atlanta.
Damn, she probably at 5, man. She ain't got to be a 3 from a 10 or 9 in her town.
With that lace front. With that lace front looking like Planet of the Apes.
Oh, he go in on them, man.
Man, look
you
at
a
man.
3.
You looking like you an extra on Planet of the Apes, man.
Bro, if a girl is a 10 or 9 in her
Why you got
town,
that lace front on?
She cannot
You
go
think,
to a 3, B.
Bro, listen, though.
That's a drastic drop.
I can't even take you swimming.
Where's she from?
No, say it again.
What
The
you?
whole thing that you saying, she had a better than 3. Say it again.
See, you came from Toledo, Ohio, and you think you a 10 in Toledo or 9 in Toledo, Ohio.
See, a 9.
This the major leagues. This the Atlanta Braves. You are
The
3.
You a 3
in Atlanta.
Damn.
You don't want this pressure in Atlanta.
Atlanta ladies
You come
is
down.
bad, though. I ain't
Listen,
gonna
bro.
lie.
You come down.
They
You
bad.
don't want this pressure down here, man.
That's a fact.
This
Atlanta
listen,
ladies is nice.
This ain't this. You can't come down here batting 150, thinking you gonna start for the Atlanta Braves, baby. We got Ronald Acuna over here, man.
Who?
Ronald Acuna Jr. Man, listen,
Junior.
man. We got Ronald Acuna. We got all time. We got Ozzy Albies. We got boys that can play. We so good. We got rid of all stars and brought in somebody else. We got rid of Freddie Freeman and we got the other boy. You know what I'm saying? The other boy. So you think you're gonna come down here and you think you're gonna bat 150 and you gonna get a starting position?
Nah, but listen though.
You can't cook. You telling me you can't cook? I had a girl tell me I cook. Listen to me, Thug Rider. About 3 weeks ago, I had a girl tell me I'll cook, but it won't be with love.
What? What she gonna cook with?
I have a chef. She's on here. She ain't on here right now. I have a chef. She said a chef for Google. She's my personal chef. She cooked my Thanksgiving not this year before last, right? Cost me a lot of money. Get what she said? She's a chef. She said, nigga, you more bougie than me. You eat frog wall. And you think, and you gonna tell me that you ain't gonna compete and you ain't gonna cook, but it won't be with love?
What's frog wall?
Goose liver pate and caviar, God damn it.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? I just don't talk this shit. Yeah. You understand me? Look here, man. You understand?
In my top
Look here, man. Listen, man. This stuff is in me, not on me. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I do this thing from the Big Apple to the pineapple. You know what I'm talking about, man? Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This is real spiel, man. I really spit that ism, but I'm not trying to be that guy, man. I just want to date a nice lady, have a nice time, go out to eat, and come home.
But they got to understand that.
And take some nice trips.
Competition is everywhere, man.
Competition is everywhere, man.
In the workplace.
I get up and I answer my phone at 7:50 from brokers.
You gotta
because I gotta compete.
You gotta compete.
And you think you're not gonna compete?
You gotta compete for the bag. You gotta compete for everything, mama.
I want a man with a bag. So you're not gonna compete.
But niggas got bags though. You talking about baggage?
Hold on. You wanted
baggage.
You part of the top 10% of earners in America. You know that, right? I'm speaking about you.
Okay.
And me, but I'm speaking about you. You part of the top 10% of earners in America because of how much you make. If you make over $100,000 in America, you're part of the top 10% of earners in America. So that means, and in keeping addition to this, you're black, right? So let's break it down numbers real quick.
Yeah, I'm black.
You black.
They say I'm black as a mom.
Black as a mom, right? So there are 2 million more black women than black men. There are let me say it again. 2 million more black women than black men.
Okay.
So that means there's less of us.
Okay.
That's not including the ones that are married, the ones that don't like women, the ones that are already in relationships. Okay? So that's not including that. It's just purely number on number. Out of 45 million, there's 45 million black people in America. So split it down to half, right? There are 2 million more black women than black men.
Mm-hmm.
So there's less of us, and you telling me you don't think you need to compete? Why?
No, they're gonna compete.
They're gonna compete, even though they don't say it.
No,
they do it.
I don't think
because if they didn't compete, they wouldn't be on here.
I don't think she meant that she don't need to compete. She's saying she don't.
What's up, Fat Sack?
Want to compete. Black women don't want to compete. And
no, they don't.
I respect that.
They feel like they don't want to.
Yeah, it's a lot of things they don't want to do. A lot of things I don't want to do.
But guess what you gotta
do? You gotta do it.
You gonna do it.
All right. They compete every time, every day. If it wasn't for the competition, a motherfucker don't have to be out here going through all this shit with his woman. Where you at? What you doing? But that's competition. That's what you worried about. The competition.
Right. You're gonna compete.
And if you ain't competing, that means you ain't got yourself nothing.
That's right.
Because ain't nobody want that nigga but you.
At all. Yeah, listen, man. Like I say, man, all that.
I'm with me. You gonna compete.
Listen, man. Listen, man. You up here listening to Carly B talking about I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got this blanket ring.
That's a song, though.
That's a song that's entertainment. 1, 2.
Correct. That's a song.
Her daughter came in the room. She was playing it one time, and get what she did? Cut it off. 2, 3. You see, she at the what's the name? Offset or what's the name? Offset, right? Mm-hmm. After he cheated, did what he did. Get what she did? Took him back, didn't she?
Exactly.
Even Carly B got to compete. Beyonce.
Man, hell
Jay-Z
yeah,
made a song about how he done messed up and get what she did. She took him back.
Exactly. I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, yo, at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Y'all know what y'all talking about. You gotta compete, man. You gotta hold your nigga. Cause that's yours. Claim your shit, man.
You're gonna compete, man.
You're gonna compete.
Especially it's a dating market. And if you don't compete, you're gonna be 45 talking about, oh, I'm a dog mom, or I'm a cat mom, because you think you don't want to put forth the effort. Competing is nothing but effort. That's all it is. You have to, and you don't want to put forth minimum effort. You got to put forth effort, man.
But you're not competing to keep your man, right? You're not competing to stop him from doing anything. What your competition is these other broads that want to offer more than you want them to offer. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So you got.
But a lot of women think
you got to come in between that. That's what women got to understand. They come in between that. That they think the competition is like, if I got to compete, so you not to mess with no other bitch, you can have her. I ain't got time for that.
And a lot of women think competition, what makes them a good candidate, what makes them, just because they think they're a winner because they got champion on their chest, and they think they're a champion because they have a degree. They have some socioeconomic accolades they have accomplished. But not knowing, men ain't even paying attention to that. Can you be cool? Can you shut the fuck up, basically? Can you cook a meal? Do you have 3 or 4, 5 recipes that you can go to?
Man.
Can you keep yourself in shape? Not that I'm looking for you to be fine, but I want to live healthy. So if you're eating healthy, I'm eating healthy. If you're eating bullshit, then I'm eating bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's for the betterment of our family. We're making ourselves competitive in this market so we can have longevity and live long lives. We got partners in our 40s. We got partners dying now. So this the overall concept of the competition. You understand what I'm saying? And our women in particular, because that's what we date, our women feel like they ain't got to do that. I ain't gonna do that. Like it's beneath them. But you want a man that's rare and rarefied air to choose you. That don't make sense.
Yeah, but what we gotta do, man, we gotta start stepping up and be more men to these women, man. Like at the end of the day, we gotta stop putting so much on them. Like they do have a lot of power. They have a lot of persuasion. They have a lot of inspiration and guidance and motivation they could give. But at the end of the day, we need to start taking back the power ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because we're giving them too much power.
We are taking back the power, though.
Nah, but we got to take back the power differently, though. We ain't got to take back the power by basically bashing them and calling them out. Mm-hmm. We got to take back the power by showing them, like showing up and doing shit different ways. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's never about what you say, and it's about how you say it, right? And what you do is how you do it. And I think that because we lost focus of the women in relationships, and we lost the black woman. That's how I feel. I feel as black men, we lost them. At the end of the day, they're lost. I do feel it that they're lost, but they blame us, we blame them. You know what I'm saying? They have a right to blame us because that's the reason they ended up lost.
Well, a lot of brothers is checking out, man.
Because no. That's the thing, though. Brothers wasn't there, and that's why the black woman checked out, right? And now the black woman.
You think the black woman checked out?
Hell yeah, they checked out.
They still out here. They want a black man.
when I say they checked out because they're not motivated to do
the work.
Exactly. They're not motivated to do what it takes.
Right.
So that means they checked out. They're only motivated to tolerate what it takes.
Right.
It's a difference, bro. When a lot of black women around you tolerating your shit, tolerating the time, tolerating tomorrow, tolerating yesterday, tolerating next month. You know what I'm saying? They tolerating that shit. They're not there because they want to be. They're not there because they're motivated to be. They're not there because they inspired to be. They're not there because they believe in you or what's going on.
Right.
They there because they feel trapped. They feel like they don't have a choice.
They ain't got no choice.
Exactly. And they feel like this is the best that they have. Like, damn, what I'm gonna do after him is gonna reflect on either what they don't have or what they can't do or what they didn't do. You feel me? So the best thing to do is stay with your ass.
Right.
That's lame as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we as black men, that's what I'm saying. We have to get to a point where we change their mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing half the work. Half the work is not leaving. Because the easiest thing for a woman to do is leave, and that's what most of them do. So if the chick is if she's there, then you got to take advantage of her being there. Figure a way to maximize her presence there. Like, she's here, I'm gonna do this with her. Let's try this, let's try that, let's do this.
I don't necessarily think black women are leaving. They still are holding out hope. I think black men, that's why they coming out on these passport bros. I think black men are checked the fuck out. And it's not just black men. I was talking to this dude, I was down at Publix in Boynton Beach this week. 65-year-old white man. Oh yeah, he old white dude. But he's going over to Costa Rica. He's tired of dating over here in America. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just, it's the Western culture, the westernized thinking of women and dating. Is mess. They really fed into feminism, and feminism is saying that you don't have to compete.
Exactly, but that's what I'm trying to say. They feel fed up. They're taking up too much. Listen though, right? You have to understand how things were. Things is just like policing. It's the same thing that we were talking about.
Right.
There's people in place, even with when you had it set up as a black man or a man just in general, right? And you have a wife and she's supposed to be submissive to you and do this and give you this and all that.
Right.
There's men out here that took advantage of that.
Right.
Took advantage of those women.
Right.
Feel me? Abused them, did what they want to do with their stepkids and shit, did what they want to do with their peoples, whoever's around them. Then they turned around and beat them, whatever. Right. Cheated on them, had another whole situation on them, and she just got to deal with that shit. Right. Feel me? And then you got a lot of black women that got bitter over that shit over time. But the problem is that the black woman now is basically adapting that bitterness. You know what I'm saying? They necessarily, just like slavery shit mentality, a lot of young black people are adapting the slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like we bitter, like we had it. The slavery the slavery that we have to deal with right now is different. You know what I'm saying? It's not that severe. But we kind of walk around like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if a white man call us a nigga, we about to have a fucking fit, ready to lose everything over being called a nigga. Right. But we call each other a nigga and get called a nigga all day long like it's nothing. So how does we equate that pain or that type of disrespect just like that in a snap of a who called it versus who didn't say it? That shit is weird. You know what I'm saying? So we under a whole different mentality that we don't foresee that we under. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the black women. They're adapting the bitterness of growing up around a bunch of women that's bitter about they daddies, they motherfucking man that they have now and they baby daddies. And they all grown up. I don't believe passing that shit on.
I don't believe that's a necessary shared experience. Everybody's that's that particular person's experience. You know what I'm saying? That's not black people are not a monolith. We don't all think the same fucking way.
That's a fact.
Everybody's growing up experience is not the same. So whose fault is that to fix it? That individual.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? So you can't bring that shit to me thinking that I should understand it because I know it.
Well, if you say that, then you can't say black women. Then you should say the women you talk to. Right. Because with what you just said, you said black women. So we talking about black women.
But they're taking this thing as a whole, like it's like a consensus. We all have went through this. We all grew up on some color purple shit. The fuck? I didn't grow up in that. I didn't have nobody sexually molesting and abusing and come on, man. I didn't grow. That's your experience. I had to explain that to one of our homeboys. He was like, "Did you and your sister got the same mom and dad?" I was like, "Yeah, nigga. What the fuck? In Atlanta in the 80s and the 70s, it was like that. Sorry.
Wow. My concept of life is you go through life with seasons and reasons.
Right.
And there's a reason for every season, right?
Right.
So at one point, black women were checked in, submissive, doing what they got to do. They were the sweetest, more supportive. And you look at Scaretta Scott King and all of them back then, they were the best, right? And they felt that
Malcolm X's
generation
wife.
feeling like they got fucked over by the second generation that came along them. I'm just telling you what it is.
Because our women went for the propaganda, though, man.
Whatever it was, this is what I'm telling you, facts. Once they felt they got fucked over by the second generation after them, the generation after them,
Right.
that whole generation started a whole nother movement, you know what I'm saying? To be more effective and more strong and more dominant in the black race, whatever it is, right? And they came so strong that they came past the black race and wanted to be seen as black women, you know what I'm saying? It was just like...
So why is it that okay, you see that you feel like you came so far, but why is it you feel like if other women do certain things for their men, why is it you feel like you shouldn't have to compete? You still got to compete, man, because the odds are not in your favor. Somebody gonna get left out of the game. I was reading an article, and I'm a wig out on y'all for a second. It was in this it's in this book, not a book, but a newspaper or publication called The Economist, right? And it was a Harvard study, and it said if you had 10 black men and 10 black women, right? One black man was married. No, let's say 2 black men were married. 1 black man was gay. 1 was incarcerated. You got 6 black men and 10 black women. Somebody gonna get left out of the game. So what does that lead black women to do? Dressing provocatively, doing things to get attention that they won't normally do, or to be alone. Somebody gonna get left out the game. The numbers aren't in your favor. So the best thing you can do is compete. And if you feel like you shouldn't compete, you might get left out the game.
So how do they compete?
Making them the best version of themselves, being cooperative. Most are, I'm not saying they're mean or they have these attitudes, which they can't have, but a lot of them feel like they don't have to be cooperative. I've had women on here that I know, specifically a girl I know, she's a upper ranking police officer, and she told me, I got my own money, I ain't got to compete. What is that? What? I know. She said I ain't got to compete. She didn't say I got. She said I got my own money. I don't have to listen. What? You ain't got. So who's gonna lead the household?
But that all depends on. That all shows that she has. It depends on the type of dude she been dealing with. You feel me? Because when you've been dealing with the right dude, they have no problem listening to the right dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They might not want to listen to everything, but they're gonna listen.
So if you're not listening to the right dude and you're dating that dude, why you dating that dude? You need to vet him properly. And if you're dating somebody that you vetted, you fucked up.
People do a lot of shit that's fucked up throughout your lifetime.
Right.
A lot of niggas out here got baby moms that they should never had babies with. A lot of women out here got babies with niggas that they should never had babies with. So it's a lot of shit that we do.
I'm not saying nobody's perfect, but you have to make yourself the best version of you.
Yeah, that's what we do. Hopefully you learn that with time, right? Mm-hmm. With time, that's what it's all about. You learn that with time and experiences and know that you're doing better. That's what if you get better, if you do better, know better, you do better. And that's the whole thing. So a lot of times, a lot of people ain't where they need to be yet. They just, like I said, they just in different seasons for different reasons. And they gotta get through those seasons, man. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, they in survival mode.
Not necessarily survival, but they still learning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on where they at, but they could be learning, man. It's like you could be at that season where it's the next season is where you're gonna be living after that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it all depends on where you at. And you get to where you at different points in your life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna get there at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right. So
we got that's what it is. But the competition thing, you got to keep yourself relevant always. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the eye on the prize and make sure the prize eyes is always on you. You know what I'm saying?
And the issue I've ran into is I've dated women, right? And I've taken them on trips and or I'll do things for them or whatever. And it's something they've never experienced before, but it's not that big of a deal to me, right? And they think because a nigga ain't never done this for them before, that I got him. I can lay back. I can hit cruise control. And really what I'm saying to you is, hey man, step your game. Yeah, I know you used to say this all the time. Step your game up. This is where we can be. But what they think is, I got it. I can cruise now. No. So they feel like they ain't got to compete.
But that's when you tell her, after she thinks she in cruise control, that's when you tell her, you start trying to direct her into the position and the direction you want her to go. Now, if she's not willing to adjust or go into those directions or do what you got to do, that's when you talk. You don't tell her to compete. That's when you just start to be exit
No, you
yourself
taking
in the
note. Yeah,
situation.
you taking note.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
All right.
Because at the end of the day, me personally, I want my woman to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I want her to be comfortable with me, and I want her to know that she's in a comfortable position when she's with me.
Right.
But you don't want to be when you say be too comfortable where you're being lazy and not doing what you have to do,
right,
or what you need to do to sustain what you have, right?
Right.
That's when it becomes an issue. But you want to be able to do what you want to do and do what you always have to do and be as comfortable as you want to be.
Right.
That's what you want. If a woman ain't happy and comfortable, because she'd rather be happy. A woman got to be happy to be interested and be committed. If she's happy, she's committed.
Right.
And she's there. If she's comfortable, she's just, like I said, existing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why we don't like the comfortable shit, because we know, man, what the hell
we
you
just
doing
don't
here?
live a life of existence.
Just here. We just existing.
I don't think our friend group lives a mundane life. Mm-hmm. Now we've slowed down, but I don't think it's a regular type life. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah, so and it's friendly competition amongst ourselves, but it's competition.
It's always competition.
It's always competition.
But you gotta have like constructive competition. You gotta have friendly competition. You gotta have that, because that's what drives and pushes everybody. You get what I'm saying? When it becomes like envious competition, that's when it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you always want to push each other. It's like a drive. But that's what men do. That's what men do.
You want your friend group. What they say, you be the. If you got 5 friends that are not doing nothing, you'll be the 6th. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you want to have a friend group to push you to do better. But I just don't understand that where you think that you gonna come into a situation and you gonna tell me what you ain't gonna do.
Yeah, but that depends on the female you're dealing with, man. I'm telling you. Because one thing you gotta do when you get with a female, I urge females to do this too when they get with a man. Right. Listen. Just listen to a person.
And they'll tell you what it is.
They're gonna tell you, man. They're gonna tell you. A person would basically tell you who they are within the first 5 minutes or the 5 words they say to you, 5 sentences they say to you. Right. I'm telling you that. You just gotta listen to them, because they can't fake that really. You feel me? It's like that part is like, because they don't care about you, they don't really know you, so they're just talking like. Mm-hmm. So if you listen to them, you hear what they say. Right. And you hear how they're saying it. Right. Because that matters too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, competition in life is very important, man. And
but we here, man. We here. SYO Podcast.
That's right. We're going to compete.
State your opinion, baby.
We're going to compete against the competition.
We on live, man. They on us. We on live. Y'all believe it?
Yeah, man.
Nigga, we made it.
Yeah, man.
Yo, we got so much. I got so much subjects for y'all, man. Man, I done told y'all this ain't no Kevin Samuels. Even though my nigga, like, you know, he's Mr. Kevin Samuels.
No, I'm not Mr. Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels Jr. over here. Goddamn, his offspring.
The man was speaking the ism, man.
Man, he was. Remember now, it's all about It's all about what. It's not about what you say. It's about how you say it. Right. So a lot of things that Kevin Samuels said, a lot of females agree with him too now.
Man,
it's the way he says it. No, it's the way he says it.
Look, when you go to the doctor.
No, y'all can't. I'm a nigga. Y'all can't
When you go to the doctor,
No.
and he say you got high cholesterol, what he say? You need to stop eating that bullshit. You gonna die.
What doctor you go to? What's his name? Jojo and them? The fuck? He sound like one of the police officers over that shit. These niggas unprofessional. Nigga, you gonna die, nigga.
Your ass is going to die.
Where your nigga from? Where your doctor on Boulevard?
University Ave, dog. You understand me, dog?
That nigga at the gas station, pump 5. With a test.
Yeah, you talking about ass, dog. You understand me,
That
dog?
nigga doing physicals on pump 5. But listen though,
Right.
not like that. What I'm saying is this: you could tell a person this. You could tell a person, yo, you cool, but me, I don't really fuck with your energy like that. Me, you don't rock with. I don't rock my energy like that. So I'd rather just not be cool. Everything good. When I see you, it's all love.
Man,
all you can say,
is
all
a
you can
problem
say,
in our
man, you a
community.
fuck nigga, man. You fuck with
No,
your fuck
I mean,
ass,
of course you're not gonna say that because you got
That's
to
what
know.
Kevin Samuels be saying. That's
he
what I'm
didn't,
trying
bro.
to tell
Listen.
you, bro. I fuck with him, but it's the way he says it. I be like,
Accountability
God damn,
is a
You ain't gotta
problem.
say it like that. But I hear what you're saying. It's his delivery that's the problem. I'm telling y'all this, bro. The way he come at them, the way he talk down on them, is the way you already saying shit that's gonna make a person feel bad. You already attacking a person character and a person.
If you got, if you my partner,
so you ain't gotta step on him while he doing it. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell
damn.
you what you did.
The
I'm gonna tell you what you did.
Nah, you gonna call me out. I just did some shit in my life now.
No, it's good though. Before I started running Mexican on Old National,
Yeah.
and I was going up there with that gun ho shit. We was standing in the parking lot at the old clubhouse.
Yeah.
And you said, Hurt, don't go up there with that bullshit. You don't want to have to look over your shoulder the rest of your life.
That's a fact.
Hold on. And what I say? I said, you know what, man? You right. I didn't. Well, you need to say it a different kind of way. Did I?
Yeah.
Because I was accountable for my actions.
Yeah, because I'm talking to you though. You my
Because
nigga.
no, get the hell out of
That's
here.
what it is.
I'm
talking
worried
to every
about being
female out
accountable.
there. He don't even know the females. He's like, hey, what's your
They
name?
called into his
What's your
show.
weight? Oh, you a 3. You ain't nothing, girl.
Listen,
I'm like,
no,
oh.
he didn't say you
He
a
be
3.
saying that shit, bro.
He said fresh face.
A
I
4.
know his routine. I got it down.
Bro, that nigga be going in. And I fuck with Kevin, but he be going in, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I tell you.
Fresh face out of the shower. What do you rank yourself?
Let me tell you
He
this.
didn't rank them.
Let me tell you this.
They were like, "Oh, I'm a 9. I'm a 8." He said, "So you're Beyonce? So you're
I didn't say
you're
he said-
Diane Carroll?"
I didn't say he was saying wrong shit. I said the way he said his
And then
shit
he
was
break
wrong.
it down. Then he break it down. He'd be like,
It's a difference.
he'd be like size. He'd be like size, height, and weight.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that, man. Big up Kevin Samuels, man. R.I.P. It's all love, like we said. We fuck with him, but
Every
we ain't trying to
Friday,
come. We ain't
Saturday,
coming
we
at
are.
the ladies like we Kevin Samuels, cause we defend the ladies and we fuck with the ladies. But we gonna
come at that motherfucking ass.
But we gonna come with our real shit, cause we real niggas on some real podcasts. SYO, state your opinion. Every Friday, every Saturday, we in the building. Holla at your boy. I'm Thug. My boy Big Hurt. My nigga D-Wayne in the background. Y'all already know. Holla
Engineer,
at the Thug
producer.
when you see me in the streets. We out.